So apparently it's summertime here in England at the moment. Apparently. Though it has not been all that sunny as of yet, I hope it stays that way, fingers crossed. I am preparing to successfully avoid the sun this year as usual on schedule. Personally, I really enjoy the bright sunlight. The sunlight makes places look better. One thing about summer that I'm not so fond of is the hot, humid non-air. Warm and moist is definitely an acquired taste. With that said, I'm sure you are preparing for the summertime and the heat by wearing a little bit less. For many, myself included, wearing less means being hairless. Permanent hair removal is so appealing for so many reasons for so many people. If you are prone to ingrown hairs, hair removal can be a very great thing to combat them. Also, constantly shaving and waxing is a palaver, whereas if you permanently remove the hair, this cuts out the problem. Not everyone wants to be hairless, but like many people, I prefer the look and feel of no hair on my face or body. If you are new here, my name is John Maclean. You'll be fine, and I hope wherever you are at, your day is not hard. Of course, I'm one of the most distinguished, very finest gentlemen going, but I prefer to cultivate my appearance in such a way that the age that we live in would consider to be more traditionally feminine. Naturally, facial and body hair is not something that I wish to keep. Never have I used hormone replacement therapies or cosmetic injectables or cosmetic ingestibles to alter my hair growth. It's important to note about hormone replacement therapies, independently whether or not you are biologically male or female. Hormone replacement therapies, depending on your biology, can drastically alter the way that the hair grows. But certain kinds of hormones, when added to a male body, can drastically alter other things. That trajectory is not for me. A whole other topic for another time, but I do feel it's very important to acknowledge the impact of hormone replacement therapies, as I know there are some of you who are biologically male and are in the process of transitioning. Successful hair removal can of course be a crucial part of a transition. I believe it's actually required prior to genitoplastic surgeries. Following from that, there are many men who don't actually like having facial hair. A friend of mine who is in his 60s, he shaves every day. He never took to having a beard. He came to me one day and asked me, "Your Majesty, how do you seem to never have facial hair?" So I explained to him what relatively permanent hair removal treatments there were available. He was completely amazed and then disappointed to learn that light therapies such as laser hair removal as well as IPL hair removal do not work on white hair. And of course, all of his beard now grows in white. He said once upon a time it was black, so he would have been perfect for light therapy treatments. 40 years ago, I don't suppose there were so many treatments available for permanent hair removal as widely available as they are now. I can even say that about 15 years ago, laser hair removal and electrolysis were not as widely accessible. And as for IPL devices, they've been around for a while, but the technology has never been so good. There are 3 methods that can be utilized for achieving relatively permanent hair removal: electrolysis, laser hair removal, as well as IPL hair removal. I have had all 3 of these treatments in the past. Electrolysis as well as laser are pretty serious treatments. They do need to be done by a certified clinician in a clinic, whereas IPL hair removal is different. That is something that you can perform on yourself. IPL is the abbreviation for intense pulse light. All methods of hair removal, be it electrolysis, laser, or IPL, are all using energy to kill and fry the root of the hair, leading to the death of the hair. The hair will no longer grow. Hairlessness, seamlessness. Electrolysis was the first type of hair removal that I tried, then laser, and the latest in the last few years has been IPL hair removal. I would definitely recommend IPL hair removal to anyone, provided that you have the appropriate skin color as well as the appropriate hair color in order for the treatments to be safe as well as effective. The options of shaving hair, waxing, plucking, they are limited and none of them are really permanent. Personally speaking, I have always reacted horrifically to a razor blade. I can shave the hair, no problem, everything is fine. But the next day, I get the most horrific razor burn. It takes days for my skin to calm down after shaving, and I keep the skin very hygienic and very hydrated as well. But it feels so tight and cracky. So shaving doesn't really work as a long-term solution for getting rid of the hair. Waxing is not something that I personally do to remove hair on my body. Though effective and can give you a longer period without hair, it is painful as you are yanking on the skin and the hair. Most of the time, it's a bit icky, so permanent hair removal is the solution. Generally speaking, I don't think of permanent hair removal as indefinite unless it is electrolysis. That takes so long to complete as it is hair by hair by hair that has been targeted. For electrolysis, laser, or IPL, for it to be effective, the hair has to be connected to the blood supply. It will not be effective when the hair is in its shedding phase. I think it's important to think of permanent hair removal more as hair killing. In order to kill the hair, you have to kill the dermal papilla when connected to the blood supply. You can think of it as killing the root. There is no quick road to permanent hair removal, nor a quick fix. All methods of permanent hair removal require a commitment to consistency. Electrolysis as well as laser have to be done at clinics. IPL, on the other hand, though similar to laser and works in a similar fashion to laser, can be done at home or anywhere for that matter, provided you have a power supply and it is safe and appropriate to conduct a treatment. Now, are these treatments painful? With laser as well as IPL, because such powerful light has been blasted into the epidermis, the said powerful light can be very, very hot. It is, after all, energy. The clinic that I had laser treatments done at used to use a cold air blower on the skin before conducting treatments. The only way that I can describe the feeling of laser, like you will hear many people say, it can feel like a very hot elastic band hitting the skin, but it does not last. It's very brief, intense pain for less than a second. Whereas with IPL, yes, the pain is similar on devices that don't have a cooling system. To be very honest, I was rather dubious about the effectiveness of an IPL device. Does it work? Will it work? Does it hurt? IPL works in a similar way to laser. I did sort of think, slightly intimidated because the laser was painful, and I thought it's better to have something like that done where there is a cooling system. You need the cooling system, otherwise the treatment will feel horrendous. I have here an IPL device. This is the Sapphire Air 3 IPL hair removal device by the brand Ulike. It is one of the only IPL devices that I am aware of on the market right now with a built-in cooling system. I have reviewed this device in the past because I thought it was brilliant. If you do use IPL, you might get a little nick here and there, but if you utilize a device with a cooling system like the products from Ulike, you can achieve a relatively pain-free experience. I do have other IPL devices from other brands that do not have a cooling system, and to be very honest with you, I will not reach for them because I don't want to feel that intense hot sensation. Personally, I would not feel comfortable knowingly recommending IPL devices without a cooling system to any of you, and I don't wish for you to be in pain. You're alive, that's hard enough. What does a cooling system mean? It works just like a fridge, where it withdraws heat from the block of sapphire, which is in contact with the skin when the device is operational. The part that touches the skin is ice cool. Pretty cool, I'd say. The cooling system can also be utilized to numb the skin prior to treatment, as well as numbing any potential pain after treatment. Ulike is the only brand on the market which I am aware of that has built-in cooling systems in their devices. I really did think that the Ulike Sapphire Air 3 was as superb as you could get with an IPL device. It functions very well, it's nifty, comes in beautiful packaging with a box and protective eyewear. It's pleasant to look at, it's pleasant to hold, it's not too light, it's not too heavy. I thought it was a brilliant device all around. Ulike, who I have partnered with in today's film, decided to create the Sapphire Air 10 IPL hair removal handset. When I first saw the Air 10 online, I did sort of think, is this really necessary? I didn't think you could improve or one-up the Air 3, but they did. And this is the Sapphire Air 10. Hello, marhaba. The Air 10 is similar to the Air 3. It comes in two colors, white as well as purple. The Ulike Sapphire Air 10 IPL hair removal handset arrives in a sleeved white and red box with golden text. Containing user manual, the Ulike Sapphire Air 10 IPL device, appropriate power adapter, plug with cord, essential foldable eyewear, compact shaving razor, and a drop pull travel bag. The new Air 10 is like the Air 3. However, it's had quite the upgrade. Firstly, it has dual lamps, unlike anything else on the market. This means that the Air 10 can deliver a lot more energy into the epidermis with its dual lamps. The intensity of light in the Air 10 is twofold compared to that of the Air 3, making the Air 10 one of the most advanced and efficient IPL hair removal devices available to the public. You also get 2 passes of light per press of the button, whereas if you were to compare it with other IPL devices, they tend to be 1, 1, 1. So all in all, double the lamp, double the pulse, double the trouble. The Air 10 has 4 power settings. Fast, which is the lowest, normal, high, and the SHR mode. I was slightly confused by the SHR mode. I didn't really understand what it meant, but we can basically think of this as being the bikini mode, the bikini. It is safe to use in the bikini area, especially with the Sapphire ice cooling technology, which all of the Ulike devices come with. The SHR mode delivers 4 passes of light for every single shot, making it really effective on on the more stubborn areas with coarser hair, like the bikini area, the underarms, as well as the beard. For the release of the Sapphire Air 10, Ulike conducted tests, and results have been seen within 1 week. Because the Air 10 has more options for use, it makes it effective for more people. It also has a skin sensor built in, which automatically adjusts energy intensity depending on your skin tone. Because of the increase in size, weight, and also the design, it is curved. It's actually more human friendly, and you can also maneuver it because it is curved into slightly more difficult to reach areas like the underarms, as well as under the leg, the behind of the leg, the buttock, the bark, the ankles. The curve actually makes a lot of sense. All of the Ulike devices, with the Air 10 not being an exception, all have this flush face head on them, which will allow you to glide over the skin effortlessly while conducting a treatment. I do tend to find that with the Air 10, while using this, it does tend to remain colder than the Air 3. That's largely because of this much larger head that it has, which allows more air into it. It also has this torch on its front above the lamp. I've noticed it remains on during use, and once pressed against the skin, you do not really see it. This can symbolize it is ready for use, although it does have a built-in skin sensor, like the Air 3. If we were to compare laser and IPL, I have had laser performed on my face. I would not perform it on myself. These machines are considerable. Also, another thing to factor in with your hair removal process is the cost. The clinic that I had laser hair removal therapies at was brilliant. I cannot fault them at all. They were wonderful. The treatment was cheap, but I was paying only for one singular area, whereas the cost would have been considerable had I had more than my beard area done. The clinic is on the other side of London, so I have to spend on transport in order to get there and reserve a time during working hours. This, for most people, costs time and money. For the laser treatments, had to be every 4 to 6 weeks in order to give the skin time to recover, as well as the hair cycle time to rotate. Whereas with at-home IPL, provided you have a device as powerful as the Air 10, by conducting regular treatments at least 1 to 3 times a week, you can also follow the guidelines for treatment outlined in the user manual. You can create your own schedule for conducting treatments on yourself in the privacy of your own home. Privacy, low cost, and convenience are advantages to IPL over laser hair removal. Even though the Air 10 has a skin sensor setting, I do not recommend you using this device if you are a person with a darker skin tone, as there is a great possibility that the intense pulse light will burn and fry the melanin within your skin. The energy emitted from an intense pulse light will hit melanin. Ulike also have on their website a skin color and hair color suitability test to take to determine whether or not this device is appropriate for your skin color and hair color. With that said, IPL light rays target melanin within the epidermis and in the hair, so are ineffective on hair that is white, blonde, or red. So if you have hair that's dark blonde, brown, or black, I recommend that you IPL sooner rather than later, as once they turn white, you can't get rid of them with IPL. You want to keep the hair that you're trying to target shaven and the area clean. The less hair that there is protruding beyond the surface of the skin, the less hair the IPL light ray has to travel down in order to hit and kill the root. The Sapphire Air 10 handset comes with a razor that you can use to shave the skin prior to treatment. It's absolutely best to go in on clean shaven skin, no moisturizer, no body oils, nothing on the skin, completely bare. If it is your first time using IPL, do a patch test on an inconspicuous part of the body at least 24 to 48 hours prior to conducting a full-scale treatment to see how the skin reacts, and should there be no adverse reaction or effects, proceed with the treatment. Ensuring to wear the protective eyewear from the Air 10 handset. Now, the way that you use this is to first plug it in using the cord and the adapter. Press and hold the button to turn it on like so. For the first 3 settings, to set them, you simply press the on-off button, fast, normal, high. The Air 10 has a safety setting. As you can see, when I hold it away from my skin and press rigorously, it pauses operation. Don't be afraid to press against the skin firmly with this device. The Air 10 is only meant to be operational when it is pressed against the skin. Ulike offer a lifetime technical support should you have any issues. By pressing and holding the trigger button for 5 seconds, you can automate it, a bit like cruise control. This allows you to graze over a large area with ease of use. as you won't have to constantly press the trigger button. Then there is the SHR mode, activated by pressing the SHR button. This setting is fantastic when treating areas with much more stubborn and coarse hair, like the bikini area, the underarms, and the beard area. The SHR mode delivers 4 passes of light per press of the button. The SHR mode cannot be used in automatic. After conducting treatment, the IPL rays are not my immediate concern, although I must stress the importance of wearing sunscreen or some form of sun protection in order to give your skin greater protection against the sunlight, as your skin will be slightly vulnerable. In fact, I would avoid direct sunlight on treated areas for up to at least 7 days. Once I've completed conducting IPL treatments, I then go in to the skin with products to combat my post-razor blade shaving inflammation, using a trusted favorite of mine for skin irritation issues, the BANISH Fighter Gel. And I apply that liberally to areas experiencing irritation. And to moisturize the skin on my body, I utilize the SESDERMA body milk. This can feel very soothing and therapeutic after conducting IPL treatments. Long-lasting hair removal is possible, but it requires commitment and consistency in order to maximize on full coverage results. The entire Ulike Sapphire Air 10 IPL hair removal handset retails for approximately £369. However, if you use my code JOHN120, JOHN120. By using this code, this will take approximately £140 off your order, bringing the grand total of the Ulike Sapphire Air 10 IPL hair removal handset down to £229. And I can completely understand that this is an investment, but when you compare it to the costs of treatments per laser session or to waxing, shaving, any of these things in the long run, IPL is actually the cheaper option. Ulike have conducted tests of the Air 10. In some cases, results have been seen in as little as 1 week. On me personally, the regrowth of the hair is much slower after conducting IPL treatments. And if you do go ahead and make a purchase, Ulike happen to have a 90-day, no questions asked, no reason to return, returns policy. My discount code, relevant information, as well as all applicable links shall be within the description of this film. I have begun using my Ulike Sapphire Air 10 and I shall be documenting the process. To finalize, I would like to take the liberty to express my gratitude and say a special thank you to Ulike for partnering with me in today's film. And I wish the Ulike company and their team all the very best of luck with their growth and success. Who knows what fabulous device they'll bring out next. I hope you have found today's film to be either interesting, useful, helpful, or beneficial. Once again, thank you so much for watching. And of course, take care. Bye!